Hello, everybody. Rombo here, and getting ready for a new week. It's been kind of crazy with the OTCs and a lot of stocks, especially with the craziness that's going on. But there's still money to be made if you know where to buy them and where to sell them. More scalping opportunities right now because when you're in a down market, that means the bullish runs are shorter and the bearish runs are bigger. So there's a little bit more risk involved in those trades. So you definitely have to have stop losses and you have to be in it at the right place at the right time. And with that said, I'll be going over a lot of the tickers again. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to do uh, I don't know, the little sub paragraphs there so you can pick out each lesson this time or lesson. I'm got golf lessons in my head, but each ticker individually this time. I'm sorry, I'll try to get that done next time. With that, blah 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 said, let's get into it. AAPT. We had a little bit of a bad day today, but overall we're in an uptrend. We are still under. We did break the secondary one, but like I said, just because it does that doesn't mean now we're going to go right up and break the primary downtrend, because look what happens: down, 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 down. So that's why it pays to be conservative. Wait for it to break the downtrend, guys, and then get into it. I would imagine it's probably going to come down to at least the negative 1.5 deviation here at 0.0089, and then maybe we'll see a breakout. And most likely, again, usually what happens with those type of moves is once it finally breaks, you do get a pullback and then break up, and then that's where you get in right there. So that's the idea. But the chart is in an uptrend with AAPT, so overall that's a good sign. Next, the firm. Whoops, can't do it that way. There we go. Need my clicker. Uh, 0 for 9, guys. Again, I'm not going to take that off. As an experienced trader, you have stocks that work for you and you do very well on, and then there's some that are curses. You just don't play them again. Unfortunately, it took me 9 times, no matter how good it looks. Right here, I followed all the rules. It broke the downtrend. It broke this downtrend line and went away from the downtrend. I get in, boom. So that's the 9th time. No more. I'm never doing it again. But it's still a great stock. We broke the downtrend. We had another decent day today. So if it puts in another day, most likely it's for sure going to 53. Once it breaks 53, most likely we're going back to 69. So a firm could be make you guys quite a bit of money, but not me. AXAA had a couple of good days, and maybe we bottomed out here. But this is the average price, guys, and we're right on the average. We're in the downtrend. These goofy lines here, okay, these are the deviation lines, right? Okay, this is on the daily chart. These are superimposed. This is the monthly deviation put onto the daily chart. So that way I don't have to bounce around from chart to chart. I could just look and I'll know where I am exactly on with the monthly. There is the weekly deviations too that I could superimpose, but then this looks like a whole a ball of spaghetti, worse than this. So I took those off. But we're still right on the average. Overall, we're in a downtrend still. So I would wait until it breaks that downtrend line. Chara had a good bounce. We broke over the monthly, and now we came back down. Maybe a retest. So this might be something to keep an eye out on with Chara. It did, look at that, it bounced right off the means, and we bounced right back up. So not the best price. You're paying a premium for it, but if it continues up to the 6s and 7s, it still might be a pretty good swing. SIBIL. SIBIL's starting to look a little enticing. We bounced right here. Now we're coming up. I would imagine we'll probably, we might even come up to 0.0137. And then I think we're going to retest this downward wedge before we break out of it. Could I be wrong? Yes, I can. I'm just, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an old man and upstairs in a dark room looking at 3 monitors. But that is what I think could happen. Now, something else that could happen with SIBIL is it could just break out, come up to the -1 deviation, then maybe test the monthly deviation right here, and then break out. So we don't know. But that is definitely another scenario that we could look at with SIBIL. So next I have is DATS. DA is just continuing its downtrend. It's in a downward wedge, guys. It looks like it's about ready to break out. It was up 9.6% today. I'd be careful. Let's see if it will retest this wedge one more time before maybe breaking out. DPLS had a couple really good days. We bottomed out at the -2 1.5 deviation here. So we're probably looking at the horizontal support way back here that we bounced off of. So overall, believe it or not, we're still averaging out as an uptrend on this stock. So that's always good to see. I would wait to see if it breaks the monthly here at 0.0426 before getting too excited about it. DRCR, we broke below the downward wedge, and now we come back up, and we're trying to break out of it. Until it breaks away from that, we are in quite a bit of a downtrend here, and we're just about at the average price. So I would just be careful if you're looking at getting into DRCR at this point. Fern continues to break down parallel with the downward, the primary downward wedge here. But we're starting to work our way a little bit closer here. So we did come down to the -2 deviation. We made our way all the way up to the 4th deviation, which is incredible. But this is what happens. Now you can look in the past, and this is how you learn. This is how you get experienced. Because when it looked like this, right, or even like this, I mean, there's nothing stopping Fern, nothing stopping ILIS. This is going to, $4. We're going to be on the NASDAQ, and we're at 0.009. Okay, deviations don't lie, guys. When you're up this far, you're going to average out that price, and right now, this is the average price, and we're way below the average price. Maybe a good time to get in. Put right here, if you're still below the downtrend line here, so maybe just a date night, put it in, get your feet wet, and see what happens. But now, if you look at the overall, the monthlies, this is when you want to get in, when the monthly deviations are going up, just like on the daily, the daily is going up. But now the monthlies are starting to go down. So just be careful with Fern. Again, maybe a date night in it and see what happens. And if it breaks this wedge or this downtrend line, we could work our way up there. So HDUP, interesting. We had the monthlies were going down, and now they're starting to work their way up here. Overall, we are in a downtrend on this leg right here. We did have a bottoming out here. Now we have higher lows and higher highs with HDUP, but again, very volatile. So keep mind your P's and Q's on this. Right now we're above the means price on the monthlies and on the daily means area. So just be careful with this one. Could this be, the bottom of this low? It very well could be, and we could be working our way up. Again, maybe a date night in this, but keep a tight stop loss in this one because we are in a downtrend on this. So be careful with HDUP. Um, ICOA looking pretty strong. It looks like it did bounce off the -1 deviation, and now we're working our way. Now we do have a doji here, which is usually a sign of a downtrend. So maybe ICOA might have a down week this week. If you think about swinging this, I would just wait, see what happens here, because it definitely overall though it looks like that we're on the way to 0.0119. But what I see will happen is we'll probably try to retest this -0.5 deviation and then bounce back up. So maybe not this week, but next week we might have a really good swing trade with ICOA. IDEX is another one, just still working its way down, but now it got back up to the average means price. I'm in at 9.4, and we'll see what happens with this one. I personally, I played this stock many times. Like I said before, you have stocks that just for some reason you do well on, you read well, and there's some like a firm for me that's just the stock from Satan. So IDEX, I played beautifully every single time. I've never missed on it, but you do have to have patience with it. And it did break the downtrend here, and then it tried to retest, just like what I was saying before with ICOA. It broke, and then it tried to retest, and now it's breaking out. So if you're not in it, I would wait until. So we'll see what happens with IDEX here. If again, maybe wait for a pullback, but I think there's going to be a pretty good week in store for IDEX. How much I don't know, but we'll go from there. ILST looks like we bottomed out here, smart money at the -1 area, and now we broke this secondary downtrend, which is good. But now we had a bit of a pullback here, a weird OTC where we gap up and then it goes down the rest of the day. So, but we'll see overall where this is heading. It doesn't look like it looks like it's breaking away from the secondary downtrend. So now, we might again see some kind of action where it kind of works its way down and retests. Remember, these deviation lines move, so this might come back down and retest this -2 area, and then work its way up, back up to the average price, which is right here. Well, that was sloppy, but whatever, you get the idea. So 0.016, something like that, or maybe we'll probably we could come up and test the -1 area. Come back down and test this deviation line here first, and then break out and then retest and then come up, something like that. So so things are looking promising with ILST. We have ILIS. Look at this. ILIS was working its way and now it's broke the secondary downtrend line. Great news. Good buy-in down here if you got in. Very, very risky. If you notice, the monthlies now are actually starting to dip down, which is concerning, but overall in the daily we are still in an uptrend. What I would like to see, and most likely, is I personally think we will work our way back up. Maybe retest the -1 area one more time, and then work our way up to the -1 deviation, and then probably get some people snookered in, and maybe even retest this deviation line down here, and then break out something like that, and work our way back up to the average price. That would be awesome. But always remember the situation that we're in worldwide, and things, it's an uphill battle being bullish right now. So just be careful with ILS, but date night money definitely for sure, I would say, and just let it do, whatever it's going to do, with the stop loss. Let's say, you put it down here, you just get in here, let it have its up and downs, or scalp it. And then once it breaks this downtrend line, then we could be excited about seeing some great things with ILS and getting that champion back in the ring. So JPEX had a couple of great days. Fast up, fast down, especially when guys. This is the secondary downtrend. This is not even the major downtrend line yet. Set way up here. So we had a big fall, and we had a big up day today, and then a typical gap up and come back down the rest of the day type of day. Kind of keeps you guessing. Overall, this is a VWAP. This is what I call the money VWAP, which is the candle is anchored to the candle with the most volume on the chart, and that happened on this big one right here, this big red candle. So we're back right down on it. I would like to see it have a nice bounce off it and continue up. That would be really nice, and then we might be seeing something like that, where we could break this this at least secondary downtrend line. Then it might try to retest and go off something like that. So just following that -1 deviation on the way back to the average price right here. So yep, it always looks good after the fact. Oh man, I wish I would have gotten in right here. Well, you could have said that right here too, right? Man, I wish I would have gotten in here, because look at where we're at right now, and then boom. So always have that in mind, guys. Always have that in mind. Be smart. But yeah, this was a great area to get into, close to the -1 deviation, -2 deviation area. So, and next one that's nearest and dearest to my heart is KAVL. KAVL. Yep, it's in a big downtrend. I just got in at 288 here. I think, yeah, after market here today, I'm at 279. So, Ron, why are you in this when it's down on the daily chart, and it's above the average means right here? And most likely it might bounce off this monthly and come back down. Reason is remember how I always say, always look to the left. Okay, right here, a little aggressive. I got in, but it broke the downtrend line here. But now these reversal signals, I don't trust that much on the minute chart and the intraday charts, but on the weekly charts, they're pretty solid. Here we had a reversal here, and look at that run up. Here we had a reversal at $5.04, went to $43.08, right? But now here's a reversal going down, had a reversal here, went down, waited and waited and waited and waited, and now had a reversal at 107. I did not know this stock back then, but it came up on my scanner about right here on my negative deviation scanner. So I started keeping an eye out on it, and now I'm in expecting a rocky trip. It's pretty volatile. You're up 20% one day and you're down 20% the next. So but I do see an eventual run. How high the run, I have no idea. I'm just hoping to have it get back to the average price at $9. That would be a nice return for me. So just keep that in mind. I'll get back here before I forget. There we are. LCLP continuing to go sideways here now, staying above the support line here, but now we dip below it and we're trying to recapture it. I would just personally, I would stay away from this one right now. I'd wait to see, if we get back down to 004 area or so. But it did bounce off this negative 1.5 deviation. If we get above that mark and we consolidate, maybe at best just consolidate, well, hey, then closer and closer we're getting down to the downward trend resistance line. If we break that, then then we're starting to look at getting back to the average price at 0.025. So that would be good for LCLP. MJWL, looks like we're working our way down to the negative 1.5 deviation, but we are getting closer and closer to the downtrend line also with that one. So maybe worth a date night in, but I would see if we get back down to the 0.0231 area, or if it comes back up and breaks gets close to the 1 deviation, wait for a slight pullback. And when you see it bounce, then maybe get in. Still aggressive though behind the downtrend line. So MTTR is another one that I've been keeping close tabs on. It has a history of really big moves, and it did break the downtrend line, and now it came back down. So very tempting right now, but I'll wait until it breaks above 778 or so, and then retest it, and then maybe get into that then. But that's one that I'm keeping a close eye out on. MWWC, we've gotten down to the negative 1.5 dev. Now we're back up, working our way back here. Here's an example, guys. Downward wedge, and it went to the 18% side. 78% of the time on a downward wedge, it breaks the upside. This one didn't. Keep this. So this is sneaky. So keep a close eye on that. Maybe I personally would really just wait until it breaks the downward resistance trend line. I'm not gonna look at that one. One World Universe. We were getting pretty much parallel with the downward, very aggressive downward trend line. Overall, it is a downward wedge, but it broke to the south side. Now we're trying to recapture it. If it does, it's just be careful, guys, because you get all excited. We're going to the moon, and you're just now at the average price. This could very easily come back down, but we do have certain trend lines here. I'm not too excited about that. I'm going to redraw that right here, and see if we break out, maybe retest this, and then coming back from down here might be a good time to get in. But boy, always be careful when you're getting in around the average price. I'm going to skip a couple here. I'll keep tabs on VRAR. Got all excited. I got stopped out right here. We had higher highs, higher lows, but then we set in a lower high overall on this whole move. We're just in consolidation right here, guys. That's what we're in. Very, very low down here, 794. That would have been a great area to get into. If we hold this support here and you start seeing it bounce up, we might want to take a look. Take a look at that and getting a date night out of it, and then seeing where it goes from there with consolidation. We're coming up. We might hit this downtrend line, come back down, do something like this, and then we break out, try to meet the point, and then work on the next leg up from VRAR. But again, guys, never fall in love with the stock. I love this one. It looked great. I thought we were going to bust out right here and go back to a really strong move. Very low float. But then boom, this happened. I got stopped out. I don't cry about it and let it bottom out and see and get ready for the next leg up. So that's what VRAR is doing. Good old WNBD is just kind of sitting there. I'm losing money on it, but I'm still, patience. I'm just going to let it sit, and if it pops, it pops. And, that's just my little lottery pick. You guys could do with it with what you will, or just forget about it. Doesn't matter. And then XELA is another one, kind of like KAVL. downtrend. Yeah, I was up on it a little bit, but I'm in it for a longer play. My stop is at 0.537, point, you know, 5342 ish or so. Um, and again, reason being is on my weekly chart, this has got some very good reversal rips on it. 1.3 to 3.2, and now we're at 0.615. I'm very aggressive on this one, but I did get this buy signal here, so I'm going to give it some room to breathe, maybe come down and fill this downward wedge, and then I'm just looking for a pop up to, uh, you know, uh, the plus one deviation, which is $2.56. That would be a nice payday for me, and you never know, it might have one of these epic rips, and that would be very fun. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm down on it right now, like $30 or something. I don't know, something like that. So it's no big deal. Um, and then once it breaks this downtrend line, then I might add some more as we break 0.91, and then see what we could do with XELA. Now, again, guys, this is the weekly chart, so each candle is a week. So right now, yep, it's looking bad, but by the end of the week, it might be a blue candle and be up here, or it might end up being a red candle down here. So just the beauty of it playing from the weeklies, guys, is I look at it today, Monday. Okay, I'm done with it. I'll look at it next Monday. All right. Or Thursday, I get an alert saying I got stopped out. And I got stopped out, and no sweating over, looking at it, for 8 hours a day on the minute chart. It's just it's a waste of time. Um, and with that said, I'm done. I don't know if I broke my record. Let's see, 26, 27 minutes. I'm close, but it's been a while, guys. I'm sorry. It's just been really busy for me. I'm gonna try to get back into the swing of things and get my spy videos going again. I spent a lot of time trying to deal with these the new deviation charts set up the way that I want them to. So blah 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 blah. So I hope you guys really had a good weekend and exciting week ahead, and hopefully we'll be all green this week. You guys take care.